to the Ahn Rho Project. I know this is an aggressive start to the day, but we have only one stream today, and what you see is what you get. So what you see in the title, as well as what you see on stream, this is my room. Of course, just gonna give a maybe 10-second long story short what we have here today. We're going to continue once again off trying to cover all the stuff in the room and all the, I guess, equipment, the materials, money, finance, relationships, careers, business, volunteering, hobbies, interests, everything, all the domains of life that have come in, strung up in the past 24 hours, the past two months, or 6 weeks to 2 months have been absolute chaos. You can check my previous live streams, hashtag Ahn Rho on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you'll find it there. Long story short, I had almost 250 to 350 different tasks from about 40 to 50 to maybe 70 different domains or subdomains of life come together at once, and this is really the Ahn Rho Project, a self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve the problems and challenges in my life and a self-improvement process to reach the goals and heights I've set for myself. So why don't we begin? All right, so like I said, we have a bunch of stuff today. I have about 7 things I need to cover, and I'm going to go throughout the entire room just pointing out what those things and items are. I know this introduction was very short, but we have a lot of stuff to get to, because if you see in the title, what you see is what you get. It's a huge rush. I'm actually about an hour late for this stream, and I still have business things to do. I still have to do things for my full-time work. I have to go to work. Actually, I want to leave already. So why don't we just get started? There are about 7 to 9 different items I want to touch upon. The first one right here is something I want to give for my colleague when I go to work. So we're just going to dive right into it, and stay tuned to the very end where we deliver the take-home message as usual, and that's very important. The take-home message, I do it every single time I do a live stream. So why don't we start here? All right, so here's 1, 2, so 2 different places here of items I need to talk about. 1, 2, 3 over here, so groceries there. Over there was the health and nutrition and business. Over here, paperwork, so that's 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. So by the closet we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I have a layout. Let's start back at the very beginning. On the right hand side, right next to the desk right here, we have this, what is this? We have 2 things here, and that's a phone with the envelope, well, 2 groups of things. This one is a very old pair of eyeglasses dating back to way back, maybe 2005 even, so more than 15 years old. I have inside there my benefits card from my full-time employment, and I shouldn't show that actually. Try to keep it hidden. And then we have an envelope with it. So this is all relating to me finding an optometrist, not optometrist, an optician at a nearby local mall. I've been scouring to make use of my benefits. My glasses have been shattered, my old one, and I'm using a very makeshift one right now. On top of that is also this phone, so a Samsung A20, and I have to get the data plan ready. I have to cancel it because of the Wi-Fi has started to work once again, so I'm able to live stream. You can tell that. That's very obvious, right? Self-evident by the fact that I'm actually having a live stream right now, so I don't need a data plan. I have to cancel it, rid the account of any of the billing information, and then of course the phone itself, I still need to go outside and buy a cell phone pouch. So that's 2 sort of major things: the cell phone as well as a pair of eyeglasses, benefits, workplace benefits. Third item here, we have this trio of relating to business. So I recently partnered with one of my colleagues, like I said, a volunteer, not a colleague, at the hospital that I volunteer at. She's a fellow volunteer. She's a retired nurse, and she was inside this molecular cellular nutritional business, and I didn't really go too deep into it until recently. About 2 years ago, I've been holding off for almost 2 years, even though I knew that, I'm a very research-oriented, STEM-related field kind of guy, and so I always wanted to join. But the thing is, what really propelled me to, I mentioned in my previous streams, my caregiver is having severe illnesses right now, bone infection, tons of her stomach ulcers, and so on and so forth. It's a very complicated case. Long story short, it pushed me towards it. Now what happened is, when I was at work yesterday, so this is the third thing we're talking about today, one of my colleagues has had chronic arthritis for a long time. She always has a hard time walking around the warehouse, and she's doing an office job, tons of walking, and she wanted to basically bring a fax machine for me. So why don't we jump here for a second here, because a little tangent. Long story short, what brought up the topic of my colleague is, you can see UW Science, I graduated from University of Waterloo. So we have basically this clipboard here. What's important about this? So inside here, I'm not going to show it, is a form of confidential information from my caregiver who recently went to the ER, so the hospital. And that's because, like I said, bone marrow infection. She had to go through X-ray, couldn't see anything. CT didn't see anything. So neither of those scans did any good. But it's so much pain that she can't even sleep for 2 hours, despite taking taking heavy doses, of Tylenol and painkillers. So what happened is she went to the ER and emergency 911 ambulance. And what happened is she got discharge forms we requested, but they want to do a claim, right? She wants to claim for those expenses. So what happened is we don't have a fax machine. I went to my workplace, brought those forms, and I asked my colleague, the person who I mentioned over there, okay, has basically chronic arthritis, to help me out here, show me how to fax. And what she did, after showing me how to fax, she said, about 2 hours later, she came to me. She says, I have a fax machine at home that I no longer use. If you like it, I can just bring it to you. We used it about twice in the past 2 years, and she decided if I can't use it, might as well pass it to me. So I was totally flattered by that. I said, are you sure? She says it's brand new. So she does, if she's going to do that, and it seems like she is, she says today, she's on my head, remembered that at the time, I was not inside the business. I was not in that healthcare related molecular biology nutritional company, but now I actually have something that may be of help for her and her arthritis. Now, I don't know if it will be. I'm going to sit down with her and speak to her almost like a general consultant and a physiotherapist, or I don't know, a general family doctor, whatever. Just want to make sure that she understands that she should take this stuff to her own family doctor and show the products and ask for their advice, okay? So long story short, that's kind of like tied in with that. So business, workplace, relationships, all tied into one. And so that's 2, 3, 4 things. Next, make it snappy, right? We have a lot to, I had to be at work right now. All right, so in the closet right here, at the very bottom, I talked about the bin. I said this is a storage item, a whole bunch of stuff from maybe Christmas 2016. At that time, I was volunteering. I still technically am joined with those affiliations, with those organizations. But the thing is, of course, because of COVID-19, the pandemic, I am not actually physically there with them. Long story short, I took out some bags, and I'm done with most of it, but I still have to take out even more plastic bags so I can use it for work. So double back up here, and we see these are the work bags that I'm talking about. We have 1, 2. This one is the one that I said, if you take a look at my previous stream yesterday, we have this Walmart $1 Dollarama, and I took it to work. It's just a double bag, plastic bags, and I have to show all of this. Basically, this is the junk that I bought as groceries, but it's still food that I ate yesterday. So I'm going to show right here. We have 2 bags of Irresistibles pepper salt chips. One's finished from eating at work. Again, not very healthy of me. 1, 2 bags. And I'm just going to toss them up here, right? Toss them up here so you can see them. And then we have the coconut almond milk flavored. So it's a nice coconut almond mix. Again, finished one at work. Save one for breakfast, for making oatmeal. We have this Surati snack, so murukku, if you know what murukku is. So if you're Sri Lankan, Indian, it's just a snack food. So is this bundi. Again, more snack foods from the groceries. So I'm just putting it up here. And of course, I think there's about 2 more items left. And that's this, what's this? Spoons. So disposable spoons. So that's all my grocery items up there yesterday. So this is topic number 5. I think 5. So, okay, what do we cover? So eyeglasses, the phone, data plan, phone, whatever, eyeglasses, workplace benefits, health, business, my colleague, chronic arthritis, all that kind of stuff. Fax machine, the paperwork for my caregivers, emergency, hospital. Okay. On top, groceries, snack foods, nutritional stuff, just not very healthy. Down here, inside this bag that I've used. Oh, I forgot also bananas. Of course, we can't forget that. That's the most healthy part of it all. The bananas here, which I'm going to take to work. So I'm going to take the stuff here that I need to bring to work with me. So why don't we just settle with these bananas here? We're going to take that to work. That's what I'm going to eat at work today once I finish the stream. And then do some, administrative stuff on the computer just to get the stream ready. And I got to leave and bring these snacks as well. Sure, whatever. I think that's about it. Maybe take some spoons. Who knows? You may need it. Maybe you'll take the chips as well. And then that's it. All right, so that goes to work. All that stuff here is garbage, I think. This one's actually not finished. Maybe I'll take that to work. Everything's going to work except for that. Anyways, moving on, we have at the very back here, that's that bundle of garbage I had on a previous stream yesterday. So yesterday morning, you can check out again, just on Periscope, wherever you're coming from. I don't know, Japan, konnichiwa, I mean, anhaseyo, or Korean, or, whatever you're from, bonjour. We have this kind of bag here of garbage that I said has been here for 6 weeks. I've wrapped it all up, bundled, ready to go. All right, so moving on, number 7. So 7 is really these two polls. So I had one yesterday, and I talked about it, saying it's like, makeshift way, my ghetto way of doing martial arts, whatever. I brought another one back from my workplace. So both of them come from my workplace. I mentioned that before. They're used for inkjet screening to take away the labels, and then it's done, discarded, but I might as well use it if I can find a use for it. And so I have these two here. Now, I may take up more of these from my workplace, most likely because I can use it as a makeshift table if I be a little more creative or, some sort of engineering side of mindset. Final thing. All this stuff here, all this mail, there's some mail here. I can't show it because confidential shit. But down here as well, some papers here. You can see plastered across the wall. Supposed to get rid of it. And of course, clothing. Now, I pointed down here early on stream, but that's really just the whole Usana thing. That's the whole nutritional stuff with my colleagues. So that's done. Last thing is just laundry. So pretty straightforward. Laundry. I did the laundry today, and that's partly why I am so late for stream. I actually had to mention that this scarf I had to store away because it's too short, and so I have on the side here, this is another thing that I forgot to mention on today's stream, but this is a much longer scarf, and it's not that obvious right now, but the one that I just washed, I'm going to put away. That's this one, and I'm going to substitute for this very long one right here. So and then, of course, I still have to take care of all this laundry here, but most likely I'll have to come after work. Last item of the day, maybe, I think it's just this. It's a drop leg. I made it I just wove some Dollarama handcrafted stuff. The reason why I have to show this today is because it just happened to be here, but there are a pair of scissors, a marker, and a safety utility knife on the inside, a box cutter. And so I'm going to strap that on my leg right here. I'm just going to strap it down, tie it to my belt, and then wrap it around my thigh, and that's how I go to work. So that's it. That's done. That's everything. Take home message. I have literally about, oh my god, it looks like about 45 seconds. So take home message is, of course, to take care of yourself, take care of your health, your finances. Say this every single stream that I can get the opportunity to, but basically the best thing you can do for yourself and for the ones you care for is to make sure that you are a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, face challenges and problems in your life, strive for the heights and objectives you set for yourself. And only when you can take care of yourself and are independent do you have anything of value to offer to the ones you care for. So with that being said, spend your time, attention, energy, and resources on the things that you care for. Maybe it is you have something special for your spouse or your kids or your grandkids. I don't know who's watching. Maybe you have a dream to be the next civil engineer, the next family practitioner, the next doctor. It's all up to you. Do what you need to do. If you have severe health-related problems, go solve those things. This is the Ahn Rho Project. Hope to see a better version of yourself as well as myself tomorrow morning. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Ciao. Fuck.